You can't be on Instagram scrolling.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
God, no. From navigation to direction to speed to the radio, there's so much going on. There's absolutely no way. And by the way, your life's on the line if you mess up. So
what if people took that same focus for their business right now?
that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the way it works.
Unfortunately, there's so many distractions, and it's like their life doesn't count on it.
Yeah. I honestly, what I think it is that I think people tend to do what's easier.
Mhm.
They're playing checkers instead of playing chess. They tend to do what's easier as opposed to what's right.
Clap 3 times.
Who you asking?
Our hands?
Yeah. Well, just give me a marker. Like 1, 2.
I don't know
Wait, same time?
This seems so professional. I don't know what to do, bro.
Yeah. There you go.
Where do I look? They're like, there. Nice little setup you got here, brother.
This guy, man, he's
It's his look.
thing right now.
It's his look, though, dude. Every time I see him dance, my daughter knows him from his dances.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. How old is your daughter now?
14. We're playing a quinceañera right now.
Oh shit,
Yeah, she's gonna be 15, and she's my daughter, my wife's daughter, bro.
she does mariachi, right?
Oh yeah, she does she's mariachi, and that's her thing, 5 times a week.
That's cool.
Yeah,
What does she play?
she plays the violin, and she's also one of the singers. So every weekend we got a quinceañera, a wedding.
Oh,
We have a competition this Saturday, and then in April we're going to Arizona, and then July we're going to New Mexico and compete. So our kids are
travel mariachi.
well, we travel 3 times a year, but our kids are 5 to 18, and but our advanced group, we have 22 of them. Dude, they're better than any backyard mariachi you've ever hired. These guys are freaking studs, but it's because they're maestro. You know Mariachi Vargas?
Yeah, yeah. I've heard
So
of it.
#1 mariachi in the world.
Okay.
Our maestro was the voice of them for 25 years. We got him out of retirement, so he's our maestro. So he's
Wow.
he's hardcore, like hardcore. And mariachi is Rafael Palomar, and yeah, we're up to now 100 kids in the academy. I'm a
Oh,
director
wow.
on the board, and my daughter loves it,
Do you play mariachi at all?
dude. So
Paco the mariachi.
no. So true story. 2 years ago, before my daughter fell in love with it, she hated it. Like would cry that I'm taking her to mariachi. Like this is the stupidest thing in the world. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna play. She started laughing. So I went to the maestro. So I'm gonna play. So I started learning the guitar.
Nice.
While she's doing the violin, I'm learning the guitar, and I got to play with her on stage twice. And then the following year, we moved her up to advanced, and now she loves it. And I haven't played since.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So no, dude, I don't sing. I don't play. There's no
you
musical
should buy a
talent.
guitar today.
Oh, dude, no. You have no idea. There's none in our family.
Wait, so nobody plays how did mariachi come up then?
First of all, we're from Jalisco, so we freaking love mariachi.
Yeah.
And then my little sister, she found them and put my niece in it. And of course, my niece at the time was 6. So her cousin said,
Sí.
sí, 1, 2, 3. So of course my daughter was like, well, my cousin's in it. I want to go in it. But they didn't realize there was actually work behind it. You had to learn to read music and play.
Yeah.
So they hated it. For 3 years, they wanted to quit. And then we moved them up to advance. And I thought it was a good thing. And my daughter starts crying. She was 12. She was 12. She's like, now people are going to know I can't sing or perform. And I was like, crap, dude. And you know, girls, they tend to be very emotional. And
No.
yes, I know. And then
Women emotional? No way, they're logical.
you do not want to get pulled.
It was Women's Day.
Yeah, International
International
Women's Day.
There's a lot of rims that are scratched now.
Dude, if my wife was here, oof, you do not want to get pulled over on my wife when she's on her period, bro. Let me tell you.
You know, I pulled you over. You have good rims. They're not scratched.
I heard you chewing.
You left your socks on the floor.
Oh, let me tell you. So anyway, so that's it. She now she loves it. Now they cry if they don't go to mariachi. That's how we punish them now. We don't take the fun away anymore. You're not going to. She got punished for 2 weeks last month. She didn't go to mariachi. She was devastated. But I like it. Keeps her busy. Keeps her out of trouble.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What does she play?
The violin.
The violin.
Yeah, it's called the Herencia Mariachi Academy out of Corona. We're a nonprofit.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
a hard instrument.
yeah, dude, she didn't get it from us, bro. I'll tell you right now. Me and my wife, unless we're drunk, you ain't getting no musical, and even then, any musical talent, we just scream.
No karaoke?
Only when we're drunk and there's mariachi. That's the only karaoke you ever get from us.
That's the only time we do karaoke.
I only beatbox in the shower. That's what I do. I can't sing for anything, man.
Oh yeah, we suck. But get a little tequilanes, get the family together, and put a little Vicente Fernandez, Ramon Ayala. Forget it.
Ramon Ayala. Yeah,
We can't sing anything, but let me tell you, we will try hard.
But it sounds good when you're drinking.
Oh, it sounds phenomenal. Then you see
Like,
the video the
damn.
next day,
Yeah.
and you're like, God.
Is this how I sound? I
Yeah,
sound like this?
my daughter tells me all the time, Dad, you suck.
George can sing.
I could.
He can definitely dance. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing about singing, man, it's like listen to the Ramones, listen to Danzig, listen to like a rock band. They're not the greatest singers.
No.
It's just having confidence and having the music, and it's more of a performance.
I would say they're good performers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to be the greatest singer.
Like
It's
Bad
just-
Bunny. It's a horrible singer. I can sing like him.
Bad, but oh, dude,
Yeah.
I call him Stupid Bunny because I can't stand the guy. And my daughter's all about, Dad, let's go to a Bad Bunny concert. I go, no, that sounds like an idiot. But then again, maybe that's what our parents told us when we were
Yeah,
listening to,
that music.
I don't know,
I
what we
have
listened
gone.
Run DMC and Beastie Boys. Is that what we were listening to at that
I
age?
did see Beastie Boys, NWA.
And oh yeah, I remember my dad. Es música para los gangsters. Ustedes no.
Pinches cholos.
Pinche cabrón. Pinche dog patch.
Levanta los pantalones.
No white t-shirts. Oh God. Flashbacks.
All right, George, what you got? What do you want us to talk about?
Yeah, what do you want us to talk about?
What's your favorite color?
Dodger blue, baby.
Dodger.
Pantone 294.
Are you going to Boston?
Four?
Can you?
Four?
Boston Dodgers.
Oh, dude,
Pantone?
me and
And,
my wife go to as many Dodger games as we can. We freaking love that
No,
stuff.
but travel with them with Pantone.
I've never gone with Pantone.
Yeah.
It's on our bucket list. I swear to God, it's on our bucket
They're
list.
going to Boston and also Chicago.
Oh, we should go.
They're going.
Have you gone with them yet?
No, I just discovered them a couple months ago.
Oh, you didn't know? We've followed.
Well, I mean,
Pan-
it's they're travel.
Yeah.
You know. Fan
oh
club.
yeah, and those fans travel.
Yeah.
I've seen their videos, and those
Yeah.
guys can travel. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like I think they had 300 tickets. They're sold out like
Yeah.
2 days.
Oh, dude, let me know. So one of the things we do is me and my wife, whenever has a few days off during baseball season, she's like, "Hey, if we can find a
Yeah,
sitter
fine.
for Maggie, let's just go to Seattle." When they went to play the Mariners 2 years ago, we just went up for 3 days.
Oh, cool.
Hey, they're going to Texas. Let's go. So we'll go for 2 or 3 days. Turn around trip, just me and the wifey, go hang out, drink, watch some baseball, do some sightseeing.
Out to Boston Stadium with my daughter.
Fenway?
Last year. Fenway.
You mean Fenway?
Yes, Stadium Boston. Yeah.
You mean the
yes, Fenway. It's one of my. I want to go to Boston for Boston, but also Fenway.
Yep.
I also want to go to Cub Stadium.
I've been to
Wrigley
Wrigley,
Field,
but
yeah.
not when they were playing. And then I went to Fenway, not when they were playing. The year the Boston played the Dodgers and the Dodgers lost in the World Series, we were there the day of the when they celebrate the championship.
Mm.
And we got a tour, and they still had the Dodger logo on top of the roof and everything. Cool little stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we loved. And then when the Dodgers were during COVID, when the World Series in Texas, we went and saw 2 games there.
I was at the World Series when they won.
Were you really?
Yeah. There's about 18 of us.
Yeah. Oh, see that's what makes it
Yeah.
fun. There was
That,
there was 8 of us. Yeah. My brother-in-law wanted to go in, and me and my brother-in-law, he's younger, and we talk, but not that often. And he goes, I go, why are you inviting me? He goes, well, first of all, you're a Dodger fan, and second of all, many people can afford going to the World Series in Texas. I'm like, we're there.
You went to Game 5?
Yeah.
So you were there.
Yeah. I was in Game 5.
I didn't see you.
Yeah.
That was a good group.
It was fun, dude. But everybody had a mask on, so you couldn't tell who was there.
We didn't have masks. We didn't have masks.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a mask in the stadium.
We were rebels.
Mhm.
We were right field, though.
We always had them right here. We were right field. We were up in the right field.
Game
Demi?
5, you were there? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we were there. And then, we always had the mask on right here, and they always yell at us, put it on, put it on. But when we were eating, so we always had food to make sure you didn't have to have the mask on.
I don't think we.
You had to
even-
have it on in the stadium?
I don't even
Yeah.
remember having.
Don't you
having
remember
a mask.
the seating also that there was spaces around, so you sat, and then the rows around you nobody sat, and there was another row, and then we're talking about the same World Series, right?
Yeah,
when they won
Texas,
against when they won against
when they were in Texas,
when they won against
Game 5.
when they won who were they playing?
Fuck,
Tampa
I was
Bay.
I was drunk.
Yeah, you heard you right now.
Jesus Christ, Mike!
No, yeah, it was.
Name one player on the Dodgers. No.
Oh, Hershiser.
Well, he's still a broadcaster,
I
but
know. He looks the same. I just saw Kirk Gibson. I was going through some stuff in my garage. Don Russ, rated rookie.
shut up,
Kirk Gibson. And it's not even protected. It's just in a stack of cards.
dude! I got a box with like 5,000 baseball cards in my closet right now. I can't even tell you what I have in there. And
Mark?
I told my
Mark?
well, yeah, I've told Mark. He goes, well, I'll go through them, and I'm like, so my daughter's like, Dad, keep them. One day I'll go through them. So I just have them there.
Yeah.
I have Bobby Bonilla signed card.
Mm.
I mean,
I don't have any autograph cards. Just
I
a
get
bunch of
Matt
cards.
Camp. I got a few of them
I
because of
have-
Mark. Because of Mark.
Yeah. The coolest one I think I have for me is the one-handed angel pitcher.
Oh,
Jim
Jim Abbott.
Abbott. Right?
Jim Abbott. Yep.
And it's an error card. So it's someone else on the back.
Oh,
So I don't know.
sweet.
I gotta look
That's
up
worth
how
more,
much-
dude.
Yeah.
That's worth
Yeah.
more. What kind of camera you got up there?
It's a Sony A7 II. Gotta buy me 2 more. They're expensive though, man.
I know. I have a camera. I don't really use it. I got to get a lens for it.
Uh-huh.
But the lenses are more expensive than the freaking cameras.
Yeah,
The good
lenses
ones.
are about $1,000.
Yeah. It's like the razor blade theory. Get a camera and then the blades cost more than the damn handle.
Just use my phone. That's right. What's up?
Hey, you can get away with
Rates
it
are
for a
cool.
lot, but when you're doing these kind of podcasts, like you need that quality. Yeah, these are nice. I have a mic. I rarely use it, but it's not a boom mic like this. But it's directional, so I could do it both front, back, sides, and all of that. These are nice. Nice little setup there, Mike. Look at you.
Well, it's George. He gets all this stuff.
Oh, I gotta get permission from this fool.
So just before because I got to leave in like a 12ish. But Paco and I know each other for a very long time. I know I look like 27. He's like 47, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, but we know each other from 5th grade or 6th grade.
Yeah, 5th or 6th grade.
We played baseball together.
Yeah, we hung out at each other's house together all the time.
Yeah, and there was a time where, believe it or not, I was not I was like not an angel. Like
And
I am now.
my mom would agree with you.
Hold on. And fortunately for my parents, my mom was like on my ass for everything. You can't do this, you can't do that, and it seemed like the more she pushed me, the more I wanted to rebel and do stuff. So there were certain things that, like now as parents, you're like, well, who you don't want your kids to hang out
Yep.
with, right?
Yep.
And my mom had a good eye for that. So she would say, stay away from there, stay away from here, stay away from this area or these people and so on. But she met you and she liked you. I have no idea why, but she wanted me to hang out. No, I'm kidding. She wanted me to hang out with you. She liked me to hang out with you. She liked your mom.
Yeah.
And there was times where I had, and there's friends that I would hang out with that were not favorable to my mom or my parents.
Correct.
And my mom would say, "Where are you going?" "Oh, I'm going to Paco's house on my bike or my skateboard," and not go to Paco's house. And she would go look for me sometimes.
There was a few times that mom showed up, knock on the door, and I'm like, hello. And she's like, where's Mike? I'm like, and I just had that blank face, like, oh no. And then, of course, my mom would come out and goes, ¿Qué está pasando? And
What's
then
happening?
they would figure it out.
And that's what sucks about we didn't have the technology, because I could have sent you a text. "Hey, bro,
Yes.
by the way, I'm at your house.
Say I'm at your
He
house.
just went to the store. He'll be right back."
Yeah,
Then I would have came back.
That's right. See? And
But-
now we could track our kids anywhere they go at any time.
Yeah. So no, but Paco's always been a good friend. So I'm glad that we reconnected. We ran into each other again, and we end up in the same business.
Yeah, that's awesome. You stayed in Rancho. I moved away to Riverside.
Yeah, stayed in Rancho. So I've been in Rancho since I was 12.
Yeah.
So about 10 years.
Yeah. It's so funny now. Rancho seems so far now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
You
mean,
guys still have properties here?
yeah,
and
my
stuff,
dad
right?
still has all those all paid off. But no, it's just funny because now I've been in Riverside since '91, and I come out here and I feel like it's so far,
Yeah.
but it's
Where
not.
do you live in Riverside?
Orange Crest, exactly, to be exact. It's on the east side. If you're familiar with Riverside at all, I don't know if you know.
Like, is it the 215 and
215 in Van Buren.
that's way up there.
Yeah, so I'm way up the hill. I'm on the east side of Riverside.
Oh, that's where the rich people live.
We're
Very affluent.
we're okay.
Affluent.
We're blessed.
Mike's a nefarious character. So, in
He's
Rancho.
been in my house before.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Beautiful house. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually came and got dropped off, I think.
I did.
Yeah, because I think you guys had
Uber?
no. Yeah, I think you had an Uber, and somebody picked you up
Oh, okay.
because Uber. Yeah, somebody picked you up because you were drinking. So you were
Responsible.
You were very responsible. So yeah. So no. Yeah. So we've been there since '91. Well, actually, I take that back. We
That's a
moved
long
to
time.
we moved to Miraloma, which used to be Miraloma, not Serpa Valley, in '91. My dad got us out of the street that me and him grew in the neighborhood we grew up in because my older brother was hanging out with the
Wrong guys.
wrong crowd.
Hanging out with Mike.
No. But he knew who my brother was hanging out with, and so my dad moved us to. So I went from Chaffee High School, where I knew everybody, and it was Hispanics, whites, blacks, everything, and I go to this brand new high school called Jurupa Valley High School. It only had been 2 years built, and it was like 95% white. And me and this guy grew up playing baseball, so I just want to play baseball. And the first day they come up to me and they're like, "Would you like to join FFA?" The hell's that? Future Farmers of America. My dad took us out of the ghetto
Be a farmer.
to Miraloma, where everybody was horses, cows, and chickens. And then we got horses 2
Okay.
years later. And then, so we stayed out there. And then when I got married, we stayed in Riverside and bought out in Riverside and been out there ever since.
You know
Cool.
that Miraloma, like the chicken coop stories?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's on Wineville.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house is still there, by the way.
I've gone there like several times. It's like such a trip where they just, hey, we're just gonna change the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all part of Valley County back then.
So all of it was Miraloma, and now all of it was Jurupa Valley.
So actually, originally it was Wineville.
Mm-hmm.
Wineville.
Which was, think of it as like Pedley or Cucamonga before it was Rancho Cucamonga,
Gotcha.
right? And which was just a few ranchos. And then that happened where the guy was killing kids, and then they changed it.
Change Lane. You
Yeah,
got-
Changeling.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
What's her name is in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
What's
story
the
for Miraloma.
actress? I know.
Was it the one married to Brad Pitt?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina
yeah.
Jolie. Oh.
Yeah, so that's it. That's what he's talking about.
Wow.
That's where it happened. That used to be part of Valley County, unincorporated, and then they changed it because of that, and it became Jurupa Valley or Miraloma, and then unincorporated, and then the housing tract was built, Sky Country, and that's what started. Now it's Jurupa Valley, but
So it's a Jurupa Valley, or is it Jurupa Valley?
it's Jurupa Valley.
Jurupa.
It's
So you
Jurupa.
roll the R kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So Jurupa was the
Realtor?
last name.
Is
Realtor
it Realtor or
or
Realtor?
Realtor?
Is it
Realtor.
Mexico or is it Mexico?
It's Mexico, first of all.
So it's real. What do you say, Realtor?
Realtor.
Okay. Is it lawyer or lawyer?
Lawyer. I say lawyer.
A friend of mine corrected me. He said it's lawyer.
Oh, I
said, you
I
don't
literally
practice
can't
lawyer.
tell the difference of what you just said.
Lawyer, year. He said you don't practice law, you practice law.
Nah,
Like,
lie.
no.
Oh, that's a good point. But I hate when people are say, "Hi, I'm a realtor." I'm like, Jesus, just say you're an agent.
Yeah. Yeah. Bienes y raíces. So what
Bienes
about
y raíces. Hipotecarios.
hipotecarios? What are we? What are lenders or what?
Mercado de hipotecarios? I have no idea. Prestamistas?
I say prestamista. My dad says no. That sounds like you're a loan shark.
But never in a million years, my father, who's from Mexico, has he ever said hipotecario. He said préstamo.
I think it's hipotecario, right?
So
Prest-
I've said prestamista,
Uh-huh.
for example, on TikTok
Uh-huh.
or on Instagram. People from other countries assume you're a loan shark. They'll be like, "Oh, you're like a hard money lender." Like
You're gonna break my legs if I don't make payments.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, hey, me prestas dinero?" I'm like, "No, soy un prestamista de préstamos hipotecarios." So it's like un oficial de préstamos hipotecarios. It's like the whole long explanation. Like shit, dude. It's like oficial de préstamos hipotecarios.
I just say, yo soy loan officer. Oh, loan officer.
I just say
okay.
bienes y raíces. Well, that's it. Bienes y raíces.
And then you gotta whistle.
So anyway, but okay, so we disconnected. Or no, we lost contact. I moved to Oklahoma.
Yes, you did.
Moved to Oklahoma. We then we reconnected. I think through
Well,
Facebook. or
yeah. So
something.
actually, my wife created a Facebook for me because I didn't know anything about social media, and I told her I didn't care. And then I don't know, like a year after she created it, she said, "Have you checked your Facebook?" I said, "No." She goes, "You need to check it." And I went in and I saw I had like 200 friend requests, all from RCMS, Chafee. Everybody had lost because it was obviously before cell phones and
Oh yeah, yeah,
pagers and everything,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh my God!" I saw you, Mark Neiman. I mean, Mitchell. There was a bunch of people on there, and Rigo Olmos.
Oh yeah.
And then that's how we reconnected. And then later on down the road, we just started keeping in contact and found out you were a lender. I was in real estate, and in our paths have crossed a few times. I've been
Yeah.
to a few of your pachangas.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of slowed down on those. I'm gonna bring them up again.
It's that time
My
again.
mom asked me about you a couple of times though.
Oh, really? How's she
Yeah,
doing?
She's good. She says, how's Paco doing?
I told my parents I was coming, that I might see you today. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todavía está haciendo préstamos? Sí, sí.
Is he still telling his mom he's
Sí,
hanging out with you?
sí. Sí, sí.
I think we all had a friend like that, like a friend that was safe.
Yeah,
You were the safe guy.
I was the safe. The funny thing about Mike was that he was hilarious, but he just didn't give a shit. He was funny because he would say it, like he'd tell me stuff that I'd be like, dude, if I did that, my mom and dad would have no van a saber. He would just tell me. Because the thing is, we always got away with it because we were always playing baseball.
Yeah,
If we weren't practicing, we weren't in games, then we were playing on the street.
right.
So we were always playing. That's how we got away with it.
Yeah.
And then as we got older, we discovered young ladies and other stuff, and then that became our excuses.
Yeah.
So,
I have a lot of stuff to
so
say.
I'm happy to say that I survived the years of being friends with Michael Barrios when he was young.
And you still will survive.
I am a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I'm about to get you a shirt.
I survived the streets of Calaveras with Michael Barrios.
Bears, yeah, that's right. Those are fun times.
They were really good times.
And then along the way, we there's some people that we know that were,
Yeah.
like we had a good friend,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
We had a really good friend that did follow that path 100%, and we lost him.
Yeah.
He was 17.
17. I
years
still
old.
remember when I got the call.
Yeah. And when my mom found it, I wanted to hide it from her.
How did she find out?
The newspaper.
Oh,
Yeah. She said, Mike, did you know about this? I said, oh, yeah. It's your friend Jimmy, right? James Daniel? I said, oh, yeah. Did you know? Yeah. Why didn't you tell me? And then she got even worse, even more strict. So I had to find different ways to sneak out of the house. But she was, it was unfortunate. It sucks, but
I still have the Citrus Little League All-Stars picture with him in it.
he was good. He was third base.
Yeah, he was third base. There's a few of us in there. Remember David Benzer?
Dave Benzer? No.
No. We played baseball. He didn't come into our school. He wasn't necessarily part of our group, but he was part of our baseball group. If you saw a picture of him, I still have it in a Polaroid, I guess it would be, and of us posing for our Citrus All-Stars and some other stuff.
Do you have a yearbook from middle school?
I do. I have 8th grade, and I have a fresh. As a matter of fact,
Oh, I should have brought it.
I'm going to say something that I have a freshman yearbook from Chafee. I only went to Chafee one semester, and then I moved.
Me too.
I think it's your yearbook.
Really?
I never bought a Chafee yearbook because
I
I
would
was
say KIT, Mike, KIT.
no, and the reason I say it because I know it's not mine, but somebody let me borrow it, and I still want to say it's you. I got to look at I have it under the coffee table because my daughter, now she's 14, loves to look at
The old
how
pictures.
short I was and how
Oh.
tiny I was,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Dad, this is you?" I said, "Yeah." So it might be yours. I got to double check. If it is, I'll return it.
I'd like to see the
RC, Rancho Cucamonga Middle School.
Middle school one.
Next time I come, I will bring it. I know exactly where it's at.
I think growing up, that was my most favorite times because it was consistent. I went to 7th and 8th grade in the same school. But high school, I ended up going to 4 different high schools. Chaffee, Montclair, Nogales, and Gladstone. So every year, like different, just not moved around. It's just situations.
Yeah. Life.
But it's great because it helped me moving around so much and moving to different schools helped me kind of get familiar with people. Just I got to make new friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because that's when I lost contact with everybody my freshman year when we moved away. And then I lost my baseball friends because remember we all played baseball together. And then I lost the school.
Oh, and you moved?
Yeah, when I moved, it pretty much it starts from scratch with Future Farmers of America.
How do you join? Tell us about it.
I never did. But I will tell you this, that same day I went up to the baseball coach and said, I'm new to the high school. I played baseball my whole life. I would like to try out because they had already had tryouts. And I had just been voted shortest in junior high, so I was 4'11" at the time. And he looks at me and he goes, well, yeah, well, in the yearbook said Votus. I mean, I guess they just measured. I don't remember how they did it.
Now that would
imagine them doing that now.
Now that would be height shaming.
Yes.
It would be canceled.
Yeah, and exactly. I didn't even think of that. And he looked at me and he said, "Nah, just come out next year." So I didn't play baseball my freshman year. Came and tried out the following year, and he didn't give me a shot. Same thing with the varsity coach.
Didn't even see you play.
Nope, nothing. And then the JV coach saw me practice, and he goes, and then after that varsity coach was like, "How did I know about you?" And I'm not from here, but I wanted to say other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was short. Still am, but I was really short back then. Yeah.
Well, you were good. You were really good. You're very athletic. Even now when we play over the line, like you still got the moves. You know?
It hurts for a few days after now, and I can't throw. I think both my rotator cuff are gone. I can't throw anything. It hurts.
You could throw, but it hurts.
Yeah.
But you can still get distance.
Yeah, but it hurts. Like I will be in pain.
How hard is it to throw a pitch? Because they make it such a big deal, like when a celebrity does it, and they can never hit the plate, or it's like short, or it's like way out there, and I'm like, dude, how hard is it to throw?
I mean, if you grew up playing baseball, I guess it's not that hard. Yeah. But if you didn't grow up playing baseball, it could be daunting.
What's the distance?
That's a good question.
20-some feet,
28 feet, something like that. Because the thing about it is, you're throwing down, and you got to get in that little box, right? I mean, you could probably get it close. I mean, if I get up there right now, it would I would look far. I could make it, and my arm would hurt.
Yeah.
I tried to throw a curveball.
Oh yeah.
Use the restroom. You guys are good though.
We can talk shit about George on any of these.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, about his dancing, dude. Yeah, my daughter lo conoce the dancing.
That's cool. Does she try to copy the moves?
Well, she's at that age now where she's proud to be Mexicana, and she's proud of her music, and she's proud of her culture, and she's proud that all of that. And because I thought I pretty much had a little white girl, and then putting her in mariachi completely changed that aspect. Yeah. And now she wants to learn how to dance now. So now she's like, "Dad, teach me how to dance." So now I'm showing her how to do spins, and because I'm good at dancing. I am really good at dancing. Oh, yeah.
You should have a battle with George.
Oh. But see, I don't know if I could do his style dancing, because where's George from?
Yes. Salvador.
Yeah.
Salvador.
So mine is norteñas.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah. Watch, I'll show you. So, so now that's what, so she's like, "Dad, show me how to spin. Show me how to do this." So you remember my sister, right?
Yeah.
So we were at my parents' house the other day, and the girls were like, "Show us how to dance." So now my daughter is interested in dancing. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
Well, it's a good thing. I mean, I'm sure you're bringing her up to be a nice young lady.
Yeah, so. But as a dad, you know how scary that is.
Yeah.
Freaks me out, Mike. I know you already have, it freaks me out because she's still 14, but like we'll be at a quinceañera. She was wearing a dress because she was in the quinceañera, and 18-year-olds, because she has makeup on, are asking her to dance, and I'm just like, what?
Pervert.
Yeah, seriously. And she's like, Dad, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's
Yeah.
not. So I don't know how you did it, bro. Everybody tells me it's different, but I don't know, man. It just scares the shit out of me, is all I'm going to say.
My daughter says that I was super strict with her. She says, "Yeah, you were strict." She's 23 now, so she says, "Yeah, I forgot what group she liked. In Sync maybe? I don't know. Whatever boy band she liked.
Uh
Her mom let her get a poster, and I saw the poster in her room. I said, "Take that down."
huh. How's she doing?
She's good. She just got a job as a behavioral therapist for kids, from little babies to 6 months, 6 years. She wants to focus on kids and babies and all that. She wanted to, a couple years ago, she was working at Starbucks, and she wanted to be a nurse in the ICU to take care of kids, little kids,
Mm,
in that NICU and ICU, and with babies, to specialize in being around babies. And there was a customer, a client that would go in there all the time, and she was cleaning up, I guess, during her little turn, and the lady said, "Hey, you're so pretty. What's your name? You're always really nice when I come and visit. My name is Sienna." I was like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You're so, always nice. Um, thank you." So, and then the lady sitting there said, "So, what do you do besides Starbucks? Are you going to school?" "Yeah, I'm going to school." "Oh, really? What do you want to be?" "Well, I want to be a nurse, and I want to work with kids." And immediately she said, the lady that was sitting down looking at her books or something, she said, "Don't do it. I'm a nurse and I hate it. I hate working. It's just disgusting. It's just a lot of work. Don't do it." And like a snap of a finger, she just completely changed her mind.
really?
She didn't want to do it. And I was a little, I'm like, "Who the heck is this lady to tell my daughter not to do? Why couldn't she turn it around and say, be some,
Filipinos have no problem being nurses, and they get
Yeah.
good money.
yeah." We look at the pay stubs qualifying.
Yeah.
They make a lot of good.
They
make
make
a lot of
really
money.
good money. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just weird, but she just kind of, then she didn't know what she wanted to do. She's like, "I don't know what I want to do. I still want to deal with kids, but I don't know if I want to be a nurse because what that lady said." And well, so she was a nurse. What was she going to do? She said, "Well, she's getting out of nursing and she wants to be a cosmetologist because it's easier and more time." So no disrespect against any profession, but unfortunately, she took her word for it, and it's set her back for a couple years just because of one little sentence.
One
that
opinion of
stranger-
somebody else, yeah.
One opinion, and now she's a little behind, but she's still getting her stuff
Good.
going.
What are you going to do when you grow up?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out.
So I told
Me?
me, still trying to figure it out.
If I had all the money in the world, or if I didn't have to work,
Uh-huh.
I would take chef classes. I would try to be not to work as but I'd like to cook. I'm not saying I was told the other day that I burn chilaquiles, but serious.
By the way, my daughter's favorite dish, chilaquiles
Yeah.
with red sauce. She doesn't like the green sauce.
I
Got to
like
be the red
green
sauce.
sauce.
So you like cooking?
I like it. The reason why is because it's therapeutic. It's more therapeutic, I find, more than going to the gym. Because if you go to the gym, let's say you could work out, but your mind could still travel.
Yeah.
And when you're cooking, you have to be precise on
Yeah.
measurement, on cuts. You don't
Yeah.
cut your finger off and you want to make it perfect until you're done. So it just kind of takes me away, or be a professional movie watcher like Siskel and Ebert.
I like movies. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. There's
Hey, we can do that. Let's go to the
We
movies.
should do it.
Professional movie watcher.
Yeah.
Siskel and Ebert. I give it a thumbs up.
And a
remember?
thumbs down, and we'll do a podcast out of it.
Yeah.
Ya estuvo.
Yeah, let's watch the next one. Time to go home. I want to go cook something. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's is I would want to. So I'm working on getting my pilot's license, my
Nice.
private pilot
Okay.
license. So I should have it by April. And I like the idea of being a foodie, but flying. So like I told my wife, "You want to go have breakfast in Catalina? I can now go straight to Riverside Municipal Airport, which is down the street from us. Park your car right next to the plane. Get in there. Be in Catalina in 25 minutes.
No, that's cool.
and eat, do everything we have to, and then come get it back in the car and come right back. I mean, in
Yeah.
the plane, come right back. So that to me is because I don't know anything about flying.
And you're gonna have it by April?
Yeah, I've already been flying for 5 months. I had my
Oh, okay.
first solo 2 months ago. I haven't been able to fly the last 3.5 weeks because of the weather. Because I'm visual. I can't fly in the clouds. So I got my first. I'll do my next solo long distance to Arizona probably in a month. So I'll fly to Arizona and then come back.
Okay. So it took you what, about 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, the whole process is going to take me about 8 months from the time I started to the time I actually get my actual license. Right now, I have my pilot temporary, but it says on their student pilot.
Okay.
It doesn't say pilot, private pilot. So I like the idea of going to Vegas in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I like the idea of you want to go watch the Rockies and the Dodgers play? We could be there in 2.5 hours. Let's go.
Oh, see, that's why I kept you around as a friend. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But do you have to buy your own plane?
No,
No, you
you
can
do
rent it.
not. So I'm gonna join they have like timeshares for planes. So I'm gonna join a club where it's like $3,000 to join, and it's like $150 a month, and they have 5 planes,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
only pay for what's called wet time, which means the time that the plane is in the air. So if I rent a plane on Monday and I'm gonna go to Colorado for a week, I only pay for the time I'm flying it, not from the time it's parked.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter how long I have it. What matters is how long, and it's only like $110 per hour to rent.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if you go to the East Coast, you're gonna want to do commercial because it doesn't make any sense. It's gonna take you three. It's
5
it's too
hours.
it's too
Yeah.
no. It's gonna take you 2 days.
Because it's a smaller
Yeah,
plane.
these are Cessnas. Little Cessnas, and that's what they do. But I like the idea of that. Now, the caveat is that my wife said she will not fly with me until I take a few of my buddies golfing, and if I don't kill them, she
Yeah,
will
sure, girl.
then jump in the plane with me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because of the kids. Because of the kids too.
Yeah,
I mean, not gonna.
yeah, so I already have some friends, local friends. They're like, dude, we could go to Scottsdale, Arizona, and be there in an hour and a half and golf. Be there at 8 o'clock in the morning,
come
golf,
back.
eat, and come back and be back by 3. I go, yeah,
You just can't drink.
I can't. Can't drink 8 hours before you jump in the plane.
Mm.
And I don't want to drink if I'm going to be freaking flying. You don't want me to drink in a little Cessna. Trust me. You do not. There is so much going on in that cockpit between the radio and
Yeah,
navigation and
yeah.
all that. So, when you're talking about being focused, that's why I like it. It is impossible right now to be in a plane, flying it, and have anything else on your mind.
You can't be on Instagram scrolling.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
God, no. From navigation to direction to speed to the radio, there's so much going on. There's absolutely no way. And by the way, your life's on the line if you mess up. So
what if people took that same focus for their business right now?
that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the way it works.
Unfortunately, there's so many distractions, and it's like their life doesn't count on it.
Yeah. I honestly, what I think it is that I think people tend to do what's easier.
Mhm.
They're playing checkers instead of playing chess. They tend to do what's easier as opposed to what's right. It's like
Yeah.
water, right? Humans have a habit of going where there's least resistance. And so if you have to do X, Y, and Z for a business to be successful, but there's no immediate gratification,
Yeah.
they will tend to do what's more immediate gratification as opposed to what's long term to make the business functional and all of that stuff. Like for me, I'm 46. By 50, I want to be retired. So I have my plan. I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do within the organization. It's not a big brokerage, but we are extremely blessed and financially in an excellent position. And I could do this with my eyes closed now. But I don't want to do it anymore. I'm now to the point where I like building the relationships, but that's where it stops.
Yeah.
So I want somebody else to do everything else. But I know what I got to do to get there. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I do real estate coaching on the side. They're all on the East Coast and Canada, nobody on the West Coast, for an organization called Jared James. And they all have the same problem. They pay a crap load of money to be coached, but they're not willing to put in the time and energy. Most of them, they just throw their money away. And they're paying money to be told what to do, and they still don't do it.
And the fundamentals of that is the same, basically prospecting, calling, following up. Is there anything that has gone out, like let's say the hard, all these other coaching companies, they also pretty much say the same thing. And all of
Correct.
these people pay to get coached and pay for direction. And I've been through so many different places, and they all say the same thing basically. Is anything different that you see?
No, no. I try to break it down by saying there's three major pillars. The first pillar is your current business. That's going to get you paid today. The second pillar is your tomorrow business. It's going to get you paid in 90 days. And the third pillar is your business 6 months or a year from now. Nobody pays attention to the long-term one. Everybody pays attention to the short-term one because that's what makes you money. Well, that's why you have that cycle of death, right? 5, 6, 7 closings and then 2 months of nothing
Yeah.
because you stopped everything. I think the fundamental is people do business with people they trust and people they like.
Yeah.
If you're not out meeting people so they trust you and like you, they're not going to use you. And I don't think that's ever going to change. I think social media, it now allows us to have a bigger platform for people to get to know us personally before they meet us. The biggest comment I get when I meet a client is, I've been watching your videos for months. They never commented, they never liked it, they never shared it. I had no idea. But they don't contact you till they're ready. So if you're not establishing value, I guess is the word I'm looking for, now, 6 months from now, you're no different than anybody else. You just want to be in the top 2, right? You just want to be one of the top 2 that gets a phone call.
So to make sure, so you're saying make sure that you tailor your social media, that you bring value
Mhm.
and not just eyes.
Correct. Because, no offense to my industry, but putting up a sign with a client that says sold tells me nothing.
Yeah.
Doing a video and telling me how that thing almost fell out of escrow,
Right.
and how your lender had to come in because there was an appraisal issue, and you guys had to calm the client down and remind them of their short, long-term goal of owning a property, and at the end, now it's the best decision they ever did. That's a story.
Yeah.
That's value. Sold sign in Instagram with a family saying, thanks for trusting me,
Yeah. That's
shows no value.
because everybody's doing the same thing.
That's exactly it.
Do you believe that? Okay. What's the next step? Let's say you get you build your platform, you have the eyes. Do people stop there and not follow through, or let's say bring value, or is it an excuse for? Is social media helping us create an excuse not to be proactive and reach out to our clients?
We suck at follow-up. Our industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Absolutely are horrible. 100%. You do all this stuff to be seen, but your follow-up sucks.
So, as a realtor, in your opinion, and a million lenders, right? So, let's say any lender out there that has great social media, their videos or their whatever's trending is cool. Are you going to reach out to them because it looks cool, or as a realtor, are you going to reach? Hey, your stuff looks cool. You don't know the person. There's no warm lead, right? What's going to attract you? I mean, would you prefer like, hey, I want the lender to reach out to me?
Yes. Well, I think it's two things. One, I do want the lender to reach out to me. It's funny. For 3 years, lenders never reached out to me. In the last 2 months, I get more text message and emails from lenders
So
that I
that's
have no relationship with. They know nothing about me. As a matter of fact, the email still says Francisco on it. That's how I know they don't know me. And so half of them send me junk, which, by the way, realtors do, right? That they put them in a drip campaign. That's not real value. A drip campaign. People can see it's generic, right? There's got to be that personal touch. The second thing is, so what you do captures my attention. The follow-up, reaching out to me and having a personal sit down with me and saying, this is how I can help you,
Right.
is completely different. Because I do business with people that I trust. Now, in my industry, as you know, I can't force a client to use a lender.
Right.
I can help them and guide them, right? And I've come across, and you guys see it all the time, where you're referred and they're like, oh, but I talked to someone else who said this and said that, and they're full of crap. But the client doesn't know that. So I think the biggest thing for me on the lending side is the product you're offering to make my life and my client's life so much easier, and then I'll go back to the follow-up, the communication.
Right.
I think from a lending standpoint, where your industry really drops the ball in general, is you guys fall in the same trap that a lot of realtors do, is there's no communication. Lenders never build a relationship with a client. Let me rephrase that. A lot of lenders tend not to build a relationship with a client. They let the realtor build a relationship, yes, refer it over to a lender, and other than the appraisal and then asking for loan docs or for documents,
Yeah.
that's it. There's never an intent. Now, I understand that a lot of it is because, well, if you're buying a house now, when are you going to need me again? But again, that's checkers.
Yeah.
Chess is, you know what? I just had an opportunity. You got referred over by somebody who trusts me to build a relationship with you directly. So when you want to refinance or get that,
Right.
I want to use Mike, right? Or integrity. So I think it's the follow-up that sucks in our industry. It really, really does. The follow-up is non-existent or it's generic drip campaigns. Our follow-up are every month I have to update videos. So everything we send out is a video. Me. Hey, Mike, it's been a year since I seen you. Blah, blah, blah. And it's current to what's going on in the market.
Right.
I don't do the generic stuff. I used to do the generic stuff, but it goes to spam.
But you get a bigger return, a bigger response when you do something more current.
100%. And when you use their name. That's why
Sure.
hey, Mike, it's Paco. You know, I use BombBomb.
BombBomb.
So, hey, Mike, it's Paco. I haven't spoken to you in a year. Love to reach out to you. It's personal. You thought of them. That's now, do they all respond? No. But there's that personal touch. I think that as we evolve with social media, that we need to understand that the relationship is now more important because social media allows you to be fake.
Right.
And we all, as we get older, we all hate being fake or meeting fake people. And we could tell our BS meters go off right away, right? So if your social media is spot on and they get to know you and trust you and then they meet you and it's exactly what was on social media, it's a home run. I think this is the part where people fail, is they're not sincere anymore. Oh, I got you. I got to, fake it because I don't want to lose you as a client because it took 6 months to get you, whatever it is. It goes back to the human aspect of it.
So the social media, the follow up, the follow through, then I mean, they're gonna feel like your family, and they're gonna be more. They're probably gonna be more loyal and refer more.
Yep.
Up to.
Social media is the magazine, and what used to be the magazine that you got every month.
Yeah.
Where you open up to see the stories and all of that. Social media allows you to do that. Visibility trumps ability. So if you're more visible, people assume you're more of an expert. And you can win against the more experienced agent that does nothing when you're dealing with people who don't know either of them. So I always tell people visibility trumps ability, but the caveat being that when they call you, you better perform.
Yeah.
Or you just spend all that time for nothing.
Very true.
Was that the sign? He asked for a sign, remember? Clap 3 times.
No, that's good. I wanted to make sure that we talked about that because, unfortunately, in my opinion, so I don't love social media. I know it's necessary. And I've done classes and I've met with people and influencers and so on. Of course, George is really good at it.
Excellent, George. Excellent, by the way.
Excellent. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's okay for me. It's just, I think that, I believe that sometimes people get too involved in social media and don't do the true follow-up or the true work. Let's say it's easier to do a video versus call as a lender or realtor,
Right.
prospect
Yep.
10 sellers,
Yep.
20 sellers. It's easier to do social media versus getting on the phone picking.
But you know why, right? Because social media allows you to hide behind it. A phone call can lead to rejection.
And they don't want to get rejected. So
It goes back to the same thing. It's the follow-up is people don't want to get rejected.
Right.
What if they don't like me? What if they say no?
Yeah.
And so they rather do that, which is superficial, but when it comes down to it, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, to be a successful realtor lender, you got to be used to getting those.
It's part of the business. It's part of the learning.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we get paid. That's why we get paid.
Can't avoid it.
Good money is, is all the no's.
I tell my daughter all the time, I want you to fail often and fail forward. And she's, 14, she always says, but Dad, we're not supposed to, excuse me, we're not supposed to fail. No, you are.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn. You want to fail.
John Maxwell,
Yeah.
failing forward.
Failing forward. And I love that. But social media, I think, is just, it's double-edged sword. If you do social media with a strategy in mind, with the intent of following up and converting, because when somebody comes up to me and says, I got 100 leads, great, what's your conversion? That's where it stops. So I'll give you an example. Years ago, when I was doing my pay-per-click, I would give the leads to agents. You can imagine how follow-up was.
Yeah.
I called once or twice, they didn't answer, it was a bad lead.
Yeah.
So I've learned, I took that away, and I have an in-house person, Pilar. Her only job is to reach out to him and call him. Our conversion rate's through the roof. Why? Because she follows up until we get a rejection or we get a thank you for following up.
Yeah.
And it might take 5 phone calls, 3 text messages, 2 emails. And it could take 1 day or it could take 3 months. It doesn't matter. So the follow-up is horrible. So what happens is people spend all this money on Boomtown, you name it, on these lead generation businesses, but the conversion is low because they don't want to get rejected. They call once or twice. And that's where I think that's the difference between being successful and the difference between just saying I have 100 leads, which means
Yeah.
nothing.
That means, or 100 likes,
It means
which
nothing.
means nothing, right?
Yeah. Like the videos that I tend to do, I could care less about the likes. I don't do it for eyeballs. I'm a big Gary Vee fan. And so I'm not on likes. I want the content.
Okay.
I just want content out there. So when people search Riverside, California real estate, my podcast comes out, my Google reviews come out. I just want content so I look like that big business,
Yeah.
so they feel comfortable calling me. Whether someone likes my video or not is irrelevant.
That's true. That's good information we got there, man. That's good. I appreciate that.
Anytime, bro.
One of the things I remember, Todd. I don't know if you've heard of Todd Duncan.
Yes.
One of the things that he says: follow up with them so they follow through with you. And that's one of the things that we've always had here. We follow up and follow up and follow up until they say no. Sometimes it's funny when they text back and say, "Leave me the F alone."
Yep.
Okay, fine. We won't follow up with you anymore. But at least they see you. And there's been people that say that. And then they say, hey, you guys were calling me before.
Yep.
And then we'll look in the notes and say, hey, this guy told us to
Go F off.
Yeah, but now he wants our help.
We were using AI for a while to do the follow-up. You know, it would automatically send text messages and call.
Okay.
But we turned it off because AI is exactly that. It's not personal. It's a computer. It's an algorithm, right? That's text messaging. And then they would ask a question and I really wouldn't respond. So people could tell that I don't think that's a real person.
Yeah.
And it would turn them off. So now Pilar does all of that. But that's another topic. But now AI, dude, I use that so much. But I use it to make my process of creating content. That's all I use it for. So it just makes it easier to create. It's easier for me to track what's trending, what are the keywords in Riverside, what are people searching in Riverside when it comes to real estate. It helps me define a lot of things, and it helps me write content because I speak the way I speak, and it uses a keyword. So that's a conversation for a different day. But if you use AI to help you and assist you in that, it's a great tool. But if you use it, again, just to replace what you're already doing because you don't want to do it to begin with, you're going to sound like a robot and people are going to know.
Yeah, it's supposed to help you grow your business, not slow down. True.
Yeah.
So are you using is there a certain system that you like using for right now?
I use, not ChatGPT. It's on my laptop. I'm thinking it's got that little smiley face guy. I don't remember it. Do you remember any of the AI companies?
I'm thinking of the logos, but not the names. I know there's one I was messing around with the picture one the other day.
The AI I use is, I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna look it up real quick. So it was a 5-day. You pay $88 in essence to use it. So it's not the free one, just so you know. And it helps me do a lot of my search content, which is great because now it just makes it easier for me to search what I'm doing. Let me see, Jasper.
Oh, I've seen Jasper. Okay.
So I use Jasper. So I use Jasper to help me think of different content that's trending right now. And then from there, so let me back up. So for Riverside specifically, what I would do is I would think of a question, create a video, and do it based on Riverside, Orange Crest, Wood Crest, Canyon Crest, whatever it was, and I put it out there. I reversed it now. Now I go to Jasper and I find out what are people searching real estate related in Riverside, and whatever the top 2 are, I do a video on that.
Nice. Okay.
So
Good idea.
AI helps me now decide what kind of content. So in essence, the process is 1, find out what's trending and what the keywords are, create a video around that, and you're guaranteed or you have a better opportunity to get the views because that's already trending. People are already looking for that.
And then it comes up.
As opposed to just thinking of your own thing to write up and hoping that people see it.
Yeah. That's good because there's a lot of, and that's one of the reasons I don't do too much social media videos because it's always the same thing, same material. The buy down, the rates being high, you can refi later. So mortgage is very it's not exciting to talk about. It's not, but I think material like that would be definitely helpful for sure.
Yeah. Just different ways of looking at it. Again, these are just tools, right? Just got to learn to make our life easier.
Yeah. And is that a monthly or
it's a monthly subscription, and it allows you it helps you write blogs. You can literally even say, help me come up with this TikTok title, and then you tell it what type of personality you are. Professional. So mine's always witty and sarcastic. And then it will design the verbiage around that personality.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So you have to play with it though. It's like anything else. You can go down that rabbit hole and never come out of it. Because I could tell you, in our industry, we're also famous for buying every service out there and not using any of them.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm paying for that damn thing. That's right.
Right. I have students that have had BombBomb for 3 years and never used it. I don't get it, but it is what it is.
Is that something you use all the time, BombBomb?
Yeah, because BombBomb allows me to compress the way it compresses the videos, and the quality of it is 100% better than just using my iPhone. It goes into the cloud, and then now I can go on my desktop, and Drew will understand this part. I can go on my desktop now and go to my BombBomb, and I can easily download it from the cloud onto my desktop to edit it. Because if you shoot it on your phone, now you got to get it over to the other. There's just behind the scenes, it's just it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So this makes it easier for me. And if I want to send it as a text message or email, the way it compresses in different formats, so I'm able to do all of that just with one video. If you shoot on a phone, it's just one video, one format, and that doesn't sometimes translate to other products.
It's like iPhone over to Android. It's like, hey, why is this video so blurry? It's like, because you got a Droid.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you'd like us to talk about? That's a lot of.
Hey, real quick. How long have you been with Mike?
20 years.
Do you remember when you and I met?
No idea.
When you first started with Mike, you came to my office.
Did I?
I swear, you were young. This was before the mustache and the hat and everything.
The baldness?
And the baldness. You came to my office and said, I see you doing social media. What are you doing?
Did I?
Yeah, so I can't tell you what year it was. As a matter of fact, I probably have a picture of us.
Wow.
And you just came and picked my brain. That's all you did. You're like, I want to get started. How do I do social media?
Uh-huh.
And we just had an hour conversation in my office. And I said, here's what I feel you should do. Here's what I feel work. I just remember telling you, just be you. But you got to be consistent with it. Consistency is undefeated. And then here you are now. You're consistent, brother. But yeah, you were in my office. I probably have a picture of us there.
It's well, thank you for that memory. Mike was trying to remind me of something like a week ago, and he's like, "Dude, where were you?"
When?
When you were telling me about the Upland office.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had 3 offices at once, and the Upland office, and I had to talk to him for about an hour, and he's like, "Oh yeah, catfish." He remembers someone made catfish. It's just something off the wall. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's the part that I was like, "Oh yeah, catfish." But like, I have a really like bad memory, like just horrible memory. But like the whole thing about, I remember like meeting with different people and just like kind of picking their brain, and it's like at the end of the day, it's just buying brain cells, right? Like I don't attempt to convert from social media, like to say. It's funny because I've seen a a realtor who's now a lender on TikTok. In every single video, it's just business, 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 business. Call me, guys. You know, just it's that guy that turns me off personally,
right,
as a consumer. And so, at the end of the day, social media, it's about me.
I found this on the web.
Right? It's about me, my friends, like someone like yourself, right? Where it's like, I know there's value, like that video that you did. I'm like, this is a really cool video.
Which
like,
one?
Where you broke down like the purchase price.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is really cool because it's a little bit of a longer format, but it has the visuals, right? Like the visuals, like for the people that need to see it visually. It has good audio and it's shot well. So like I'm looking for all those things, right? And
that came from AI, by the way. That was AI that guided me that down direction. It pulled the top trending real estate videos that people were commenting on for, and that's how I went down that rabbit hole.
And that's part of just giving value, right? You're not expecting to get 100 applications. Right now, I have a consultation at 2:00 from someone from TikTok, right? And so it's more or less like that Gary V's, you know, it's like jab, jab, jab.
Jab, punch.
So it's like I just jab the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't put call to actions, like my number's there.
Yeah.
People aren't dumb.
They can
right?
find you.
They're gonna find me. All you have to do is Google it really quick. Especially people who are on those platforms. And so it's just, how do I provide value? How do I get a bunch of eyes? How do I get them to like me personally? And I'm not gonna vibe with everyone. I think that's one of the differences between when I was younger versus now being a little bit older. Where younger, I wanted to work with everyone.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's like, I don't have to. Like, or maybe not. I don't have to. Maybe I have to. I don't want to.
Yeah, right now, yeah. No, you
don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to. But you're right on because, like my wife, so the head PR for Riverside Police Department or the public relations guy, his son's a realtor for Windermere, which is big in Riverside. They've been there forever. And my wife's like, why do you do stuff with Riverside, with RPD, if you already know he's been there for years? I go, because not everybody's going to like him.
True.
Not everybody's going to get along with him. He's not everybody's cup of joe.
No.
Because we sometimes our personalities clash.
That's very true. There's some people that like George and don't, and with me the same.
Really?
Even more, yeah. Like there's oh yeah, so and so said about me, right? And then they would
They called you a pompous asshole, and they're just like, this guy's the nicest guy.
So what? Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. No, but it's just, you know, but we're salespeople. We try to like be chameleons.
Yeah, got to be chameleons.
But there are some people that I know it's not. It's too. We don't want to work with them.
It's the whole thing of Mike has said it. It's low producing, high maintenance.
Yep.
You know, and at the end of the day, like when I look again at my social media, it's like TikTok. My TikTok's like way out there. No reservations, completely unfiltered. You like it, you don't like it. It is what it is. Instagram, I understand that it's a different
Platform.
audience.
Yep, different audience, different platform.
And so is Facebook, right? So Facebook's the most conservative, Instagram's the middle piece, and then TikTok's like the wild, wild west. And so it's like just pushing out as much content, whether it's, you know, the personal stuff, the business stuff, the friend stuff. But when I look at either the ones that are having too many call to actions,
Yeah.
or whether it's just a completely polished page where it's just listings, and I'm like, dude, people want to work with people they like.
Yeah.
They don't want to work with businesses.
When you meet them, if you use social media correctly, when you meet them, they already feel like they know you.
They feel like we're friends.
Yeah. And you've never met them before. Oh no, that's the whole point. And that's why you show what you show. You don't, but a lot of people, like Mike, they don't like to show their, like I have students, they're like, but I don't want them to know I have a family. I don't want them to know that, you know, then social media is not a tool you can use. As simple as that. Then go door knocking. Well, I don't want to get rejected. Well, do mailers. They don't work. Well, shit, I don't know what to tell you.
Just keep paying me. Write the check. Write the check. We'll talk about it after.
Gary Vee said, nobody knows who my children are. And nobody's ever seen a picture of my wife.
And when our wife first became a police officer, she wanted nobody to know. Now she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Now she's like, yeah. But in the beginning, she's like, I would post a picture. She's like, no, I don't want people to know a police officer lives here or whatever. Okay. Now, le vale madre. Now she's like,
Now she knows how to shoot well.
yeah, it doesn't matter now. But we live in the community. She patrols. I mean, for crying out loud.
Okay, so if somebody starts trouble with you guys when you guys are out in public, who would be in the front? You or your wife?
Okay, so listen to this. That's a great question because everybody asks us this. So we have two different types of personalities. So my personality would be immediately to
Run.
No. My personality would be to de-escalate.
Yeah, right.
So my personality is I can talk and calm this situation down. My wife's a cop, and she's a female, and she's a Latina. She'd be like, "The fuck's your problem?"
Try me. Bring it.
Seriously.
She's taking off her earrings.
Yeah, seriously. I constantly have to remind her, you're not working right now. But she constantly goes into cop mode. The cop mode is ask them, tell them, make them. Please be nice. You need to be nice. Come here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she goes into that mode. So I could see when the switch goes on. I could literally see when the switch goes on. So as I'm trying to de-escalate, if they say the wrong words, that switch will go on. And she'll immediately go into cop mode. Immediately. And the way I know it is, her right foot will go back. Her right foot will go back. And then she'll put her hands right here. Because when she pulls somebody over or she's interviewing someone, she keeps distance. So left. Her gun's on the right. And she's right here. So if she needs to do anything, she can push you away and grab the gun. Mm-hmm. So she's like this. So when she's interviewing people, she's always like this. So when somebody's starting like give vocal, she'll go Santana Ghetto, because that's where she's from. And then after she goes Santana Ghetto, you'll see her click and then go right here. And I always see it go like this. And it's like, oh, she's in cop mode. And I was like, no. We don't need a cop right now. We don't need a cop.
I can de-escalate it. No.
I'm de-escalating. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, I'll tell you that. Being married to a cop.
How long have you guys been together?
It's been married 17 years, been together 22. But she's only been a cop for 8 years. So she became a cop when she was 30.
That's the friend of mine that gives me all these tips. He's a LAPD. So Joel was off for I think 3 or 4 months because he just had a baby, and called him yesterday. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way home, from patrol. I'm like, did you arrest anybody? He's like, yeah. He's like 3 people. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, what happened? Story of a murder, story of like crazy stuff, man.
And he works in South Central, right?
He works South Central.
Crazy area.
So it's like the friend that I went to high school with that's super calm, that has a family,
Yep.
that's who he is. When you're on the street, you got to be a different person, right? Like you certainly got to protect yourself, protect your partner, and all that stuff. But it's that's a crazy job, man.
It's hard to turn it off when we're in public. We're in Vegas and we're surrounded by people. Her head's on a swivel.
Yeah.
She can't be comfortable.
Does she carry all the time?
Yeah, she always has her. She always has her backup, or she always has it on her at all times.
Dude, we used to go to the club, like when we were super young, and he was a cop, and he was always packing. And I'm like, why do you have a gun on you? He's like, I'm a cop. Like you'll never understand.
Yeah.
But he would
For them, is if something hits the fan, I have to be ready.
Yeah.
And now so because of her, I have my CCW now. But it was because of her. I never needed it. We always had guns because we grew up hunting. But
you always de-escalated?
I always de-escalated unless you were a buck, then I shot at you. And now, and she's the one that says, I need you to get if people find out you're married to a cop, and when all this stuff was going on a few years ago, she's like, I need you to be ready.
Yeah.
So she's like, you're too cute.
Oh, your cousin was a cop, as in law enforcement as well, Angelica.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. She medical retirement.
Yeah.
She got injured in the job. She was Realtor PD, Montana PD.
One of those two. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird. I met her out of the blue by accident. Well, good friend. She's married to a good friend of mine. So her
currently married.
Her husband David.
David, yeah.
David is a really good friend.
Yeah. David's a great guy.
And I ran into him at a restaurant bar. So what's up? I haven't seen him for a while. He was married to my good friend's sister. That's his ex-wife. But we always remain good friends. We would play poker every week, Anyway, so I want you to meet my wife. I said, "Hey, how are you? My name is Angelica." And I think she said her last name for some reason. Maybe she volunteered it, but I said, well, no, it's Newland, you know? And I said, "Did you say Licea?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "I know Liceas." "You do?" "Yeah, I know Liceas. I know Liceas really well." And she's just kind of like, "What Liceas do you know?" I said, "All of them, a lot of them. Like I'm really good friends with Paco, for the other ones, Papo, and oh my gosh, so do you know my uncle Armando as well?" And then she told me about her dad and all
Yeah,
that. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. And so I remember hearing that story a long time ago, and it's pretty traumatic. But
Yeah.
she's really nice.
Last time
Yeah.
I saw David was right after his incident, right at the Ontario Mills. I don't know if you knew it. Probably didn't know. A few
Uh,
months, probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
oh, I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
I remember on the
So,
freeway. I saw him on
no,
the
no,
freeway on the
this was
news.
after that. There was a shooting here, and he was involved in it.
Oh, okay.
And it was a few days after that. I go, "How you doing?" He goes, "I'm good." But I could tell you don't want to talk about it. Leave it alone.
Mm.
Leave it alone. But it's a different world. It's just a different world for them.
I love to hear stories from him though, because he's like such a character. He's such a character, man. He's
And the funny thing, he's so detailed and
yeah.
like my cousin, I love you, but she's like, I don't do anything at the house. She
Yeah.
does personnel now. She does background for San Bernardino PD now.
Okay.
So that's what she does now. But whenever because they live in Eastville, so
Mhm.
whenever I go over there, because they have a party or something, and he's the one running around, I go, Angelica. He goes, he does everything. He goes, he knew who he married.
Yeah.
She cracks me up. Yeah, but so that's mi prima hermana.
Yeah. She's very nice. Very cool.
Yeah, she would always tell me because she's beautiful, my cousin, and I go, how'd you do it? She goes, dude, Paco. She goes, all the time guys would be like, ooh, you're in uniform, and she goes,
Oh,
and the more they flirted, the bigger bitch I came and gave him shit for it. Like, good for you.
yeah. She seems tough for sure.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
The ghetto comes out. So I tell my wife all the time, I go, dude, that Santana ghetto comes out.
Like Santa Ana, like 57? Santa Ana?
Well, not really. I mean, she's more South Coast. She worked the South Coast. She lives on the border with Costa Mesa. She was really more South Coast.
South Coast ghetto.
South Coast Metro, if you're familiar with that area. Yeah, so. All right. I know you got to head out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go. I have an appointment with the doctor right now. Doctor. Nice little setup you got here, George. This is good. Impressive.
It's really cool.